This story is about a millionaire lawyer, Ethan Cole. In the courtroom, he was untouchable, the millionaire lawyer everyone admired. But outside those walls, he was playing a far more dangerous game, one that could make him richer than any case ever could, or destroy him in a single move. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe my channel, it motivates me. Ethan Cole was a man who could win any argument. A millionaire lawyer with a reputation built on impossible victories, he walked into courtrooms like they were his personal stage. Clients adored him, the media praised him, and rivals, they learned to fear him. But behind the sharp suits and the confident smile was a secret only a handful of people knew. Years earlier, Ethan had defended a businessman accused of massive financial misconduct. The trial was brutal, but Ethan won, and the client walked away free. In gratitude, that businessman introduced Ethan to something far more profitable than legal fees, a hidden network capable of making any money look legitimate. It started small, a few discreet transfers, shell companies in distant countries, and investments in high-end art that no one questioned. The beauty of art, Ethan discovered, was that its value was subjective and the perfect cover for moving large sums. But greed has a way of pushing boundaries. Soon, Ethan wasn't just helping clients, he was running the game himself. His companies were everywhere: boutique hotels in Europe, luxury condos in Dubai, tech startups in Singapore. Money would travel through these ventures, changing hands so many times it was impossible to follow. By the time it reached Ethan's personal accounts, it was clean, sparkling. And then came the first twist. One of his oldest partners, Marcus Vance, a financial strategist who had been with Ethan since the beginning, vanished. No calls, no emails. Days later, Ethan discovered a private account in Marcus's name holding over $20 million that should have been part of their network. Ethan tracked Marcus to a small coastal city. He didn't confront him directly. Instead, he used his legal influence to quietly freeze the stolen funds. But it wasn't about the money anymore. It was about control. Ethan knew that if Marcus was willing to steal, others might be too. Meanwhile, far away from Ethan's penthouse and private jets, an investigator named Claire Monroe was quietly piecing together a case. She had noticed the odd property deals, the too-quick sales, the businesses that seemed to exist for a year and then disappear. She'd been watching Ethan for months, even attending the same charity events to study his habits. The two finally crossed paths at a black-tie gala. Claire, wearing a smile as polished as Ethan's, approached him with a glass of champagne. "Mr. Cole, I've heard so much about you," she said. "I hope it's all true," Ethan replied smoothly, having no idea she was the one hunting him. Second twist. Weeks later, Ethan's network was hit hard. Several accounts were frozen overnight. Two of his clean companies were flagged for audit. Ethan immediately knew this wasn't random. Someone was inside his circle, feeding information to the authorities. He suspected Marcus, but when he tried to track him again, Marcus was gone, completely off the grid. With pressure building, Ethan played his best card, a diversion. He leaked false information about a fake company supposedly holding millions in hidden funds. The bait worked. Investigators spent weeks chasing it, while Ethan quietly moved his real money through an emergency route only he controlled. But the victory came at a cost. One of his closest allies, a young accountant named Sophia, called him in the middle of the night. Her voice shook as she whispered, "Ethan, I think they know. Claire Monroe came to see me today." From that moment, Ethan realized the game had changed. It was no longer about building wealth, it was about survival. One wrong move, and everything, his money, his freedom, his life as he knew it, would be gone. Standing by the window of his penthouse one winter night, Ethan looked down at the glittering city. Somewhere out there, Claire was still connecting the dots. Somewhere out there, Marcus was hiding with stolen millions. And somewhere deep inside his own empire, there was a traitor waiting to bring it all down. Ethan smiled faintly. "Let's see who plays the long game better," he whispered to himself. Because for Ethan Cole, every case, every deal, and every risk was just another game of strategy. And he had no plans to lose.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.